I'm going to use AI to transform this empty real estate listing into a fully furnished interior with animated furniture with different creative techniques. By the end of this video, you'll discover which AI tools work best, which workflows save the most time, and why node-based editors are a game changer when creating content for architectural visualization with AI. We will set up fully customizable animation workflows that we can reuse across projects. So here's the situation. You have an idea in your head, but you can't articulate it well enough for AI to understand. And this is where Fuser Studio gets in. Fuser is an infinite canvas for co-creation with AI. They reached out to me to show you guys their tool, but here's why I actually like it. It's basically every major AI model in one platform. Nano Banana, Kling, ChatGPT, Claude, all of them. And the node-based editor makes it quite easy to build powerful workflows, combining text, video, images, audio, and even 3D generation in one interface instead of jumping between different websites. So let's get started with a new project. I'm starting with a simple text node. Here I mention I need an empty living room interior with a large window, fireplace, dated floors, and popcorn ceiling. Now I'll hover over this orange icon. It will start to draw a line. When I release it, it pops all the AI options I can load. Since I want a better prompt for an image generator, I will click on LLM and then load Claude Chat. You see, this way my text is used as a starting point. But here's where it gets better. I want to have different inputs from different LLMs to see which one gives me the best prompt. So I'll load the most popular ones as well, ChatGPT and Gemini Chat. And on the right side, if you click on View Properties, you can see more options like which models you want, controls, etc. In my case, I'll use Claude Sonnet 4.5, ChatGPT 5.2 and Gemini Pro 3. Now, under each node, you'll see two icons. One is to zoom into the node and the other to execute the node. I'll click to execute all of them. Just wait a couple of seconds and you should have all the prompts available. Look at this, 3 completely different interpretations of the same basic idea. Now, the prompt that looks best to me is from ChatGPT. So to generate images from this, we need to drag the orange circle once more on the right side of the node and select an image generator available. I will select Gemini image. By default, it's selecting Nano Banana Pro. And since this is a credit-based system, you can see on the bottom the available credits and how many credits it will charge you for the next generation. If I switch to regular Nano Banana, you can see it changed from 193 credits to only 55. And you can even load other image models to see which ones would give you the best result. I will generate an image with a prompt from ChatGPT to see which one of these models is best. Having a better look at them, we can see that Seed Dream, Flux 2, Recraft 3 and Nano Banana Pro were the best ones. But we also need to consider the credits each of them spent. For me, Seed Dream with only 55 credits spent is the clear winner here. Now, with this image, I will drag it to a new ChatGPT node and in the prompt field I will say, give me an image prompt to renovate this space into a modern mid-century space. Include furniture pieces, artwork, etc. while keeping space dimensions and camera placement exactly the same. Press execute and after a couple of seconds, here's the new prompt to create a furniture interior. For this, I will be using Nano Banana Pro, which seems to be the best for this kind of task. Just drag the result to a new Gemini image node with Nano Banana Pro and the aspect ratio set to 16:9. Great, here's the interior, and it looks like everything is kept in the same place. The camera position, the window, fireplace, it just has a new updated design like we asked. To generate the video of a pop-up furnishing animation, I will drag the empty interior node and select video. Here we have many options, but from my experience, the one that works best for this kind of video is Kling. So this image will be the start frame, and for the end image, we need to click the Kling video node, and on the properties, activate the end image property. Now we drag the furnished image into this node. For the prompt, I will say something simple as animate each piece of furniture popping into place. Now select either 2.1 Pro or 2.5 Pro. These are the models that work with start and end image on Fuser. And to be honest, I would go with 2.5 Pro, costs fewer credits and I haven't seen much difference between them. In the properties of the node on the right side, you have two important settings we need to look at. First, it's the classifier free guidance scale. A value of 1 will match your prompt much better. And second, it's the audio. Again, from experience, the audio generated is always a hit or miss, so it's really up to you. You can test and see if you like it. If not, you can add it in any other software like Adobe Premiere, for example. I will show you how soon. Now just hit execute and wait a couple of minutes to generate the video. As you can see, we have a perfect animation. Now let's create something even cooler. I will create 4 new interior styles in one go. To do this, I will create a new ChatGPT node and connect it to a new Gemini image. And I will attach the empty interior again. Now I will create 4 more instances of these two nodes by simply pressing Ctrl+C and Ctrl+V. Click to generate on all of them. And here are the new styles created. Quite different from one another. Now let's create a new video with Kling. I will add the first interior we created as the start image and one of the new ones as the end image. And my prompt is cinematic morphing between 2 interior design styles with a locked camera. Furniture and decor from the first style seamlessly dissolve and transform into the second style in one continuous, high-end architectural visualization. And here's the result. Now, to take this a step further, we can continue to repeat this process by adding this new interior image as the start frame and adding the third interior image as the end frame. So just repeat this process for all of them. Then use any video editor. In my case, I'll be using Adobe Premiere. Add all the clips to the timeline, add some sound effects, and you should have something that looks like this. I've also added all the clips to a new sequence so I can animate the camera to slowly zoom in. Now it's time to try some physics and see how well it performs this task. For this one, I also tried view free, but unlike Kling, it always seems to be having trouble with the furniture placement. It suddenly just shows up in place, as you can see from this video. With view, it works best with another way, and I'll get into it later. It's a bit more tricky. But for now, I've created a much more complex prompt for this to work properly. So my prompt is this one, as you can see on the screen right now. Don't worry, you can pause the video, but I'll also be sharing all the prompts I've used in this video for you to try out in the description below. So you can easily just copy and paste them. Here's the result. For a quick movement like this, it looks nice. But as I mentioned earlier, this needs a lot of tries before you get it right. So it's something worth considering. As for using Google View, it's really costly and I did waste a lot of credits to get it right, which in the end I couldn't get it the way I wanted. The only way I could manage to get something interesting out of it is to feed the initial empty room as the first frame and then give the same prompt but without the last frame. This way it will create something similar to what you had in mind, but not exactly like the furniture design you created before. So even though this effect looks cool, I still prefer to use animation tools like the phasing effect from Lumion or the TyFlow plugin for 3ds Max, for example. I actually have a couple of videos with this type of animation and I'll leave them up there. Next up, we have a day-to-night time-lapse. First, I will attach the final furnished image to a ChatGPT node and ask it to give me a prompt for a day-to-night time-lapse. Now I'll connect the result to a Kling 2.x video and select the 2.5 Pro. I'll connect the image to the image prompt and just press execute. After a minute, here's the animation ready. Looks really cool, but we can control this even more. All we need to do is create a new image in Nano Banana Pro with a blue hour mode, with warm lighting and blue sky contrast. This contrast between blue and orange, it's really pleasing. Now, I'll connect both images as the first and last frame to Kling 2.5 Pro and generate. As you can see by the result, this is a much more controlled environment this way. So there you have it, the techniques I'm actually using in my architecture workflow using Fuser Studio. But this is not all. There's much more use cases with Fuser Studio that I would like to show you in a future video, like generating reference images, extracting individual furniture pieces, generating 3D models from them, and many more. Here's what you get with Fuser Studio: access to multiple AI models, node-based visual workflow, pay only for what you use, no monthly subscriptions. You can try Fuser Studio with a 25% discount with my code. The link will be in the description. As I mentioned before, I'm leaving all the prompts used in this video in the description. You can check them there. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.